Suicide Notes, Day 43. If you ever have to tell your parents you're gay, there's only one thing I can promise you. However you think they'll react, they won't. I tried not to think about it too much, but I was awake almost all night during doing exactly that. I kept running through the different scenarios that I'd rehearsed the other day with cat poop. What actually happened wasn't anything like we did, though. Well, it was and it wasn't. It was more like a little bit of everything we did. Things started off kind of badly because my parents were late. I don't know why, but they were arguing about it when they got here. Something about my mother not being ready on time or my father having to stop for gas. It doesn't matter. It's just that they were already in a weird mood. Oh, and they brought Amanda with them, which was actually kind of good because I wanted her to hear what I had to say too. So my parents were kind of bickering, not really fighting, but being snappy with each other. Amanda was sitting there rolling her eyes the way she does when she's completely embarrassed for people to know that she's related to her mom and dad, and I was trying not to throw up. Cat Poop started things off by reminding my parents that I would be coming home soon, as in 2 days. That snapped them out of their moods a little bit. Mother got all smiley and my father kept nodding, like someone had asked him a question that he was answering yes. Amanda hunched down in her seat, chewing on the ends of her hair and trying to disappear. I think she's about at the end of her patience with my parents. It's good that I'm coming home to distract them. Then Cat Poop started talking about how well I've been doing in the hospital and how much progress we've made. It was all doctor crap, and I knew he was saying it to make me look healthy and not crazy before I dropped the big bomb on everyone. I was glad he did it because my parents were really into what doctors have to say and stuff. One could tell them their heads were made out of blue cheese and they'd probably buy it. Once we'd established the fact that I wasn't going to be all Amityville horror on them and kill them in their sleep when I got home, Cat Poop asked me if there was anything I wanted to tell them. That was my cue to spill the news. Only I couldn't even remember my name right then. It was like everything had gone blank inside my head. I turned into my dad and just started nodding like I was agreeing with something he had said. I was like this giant bobblehead doll sitting there in the chair, nodding, nodding, nodding. Because I wasn't saying anything, my mother started talking. She talked about the new curtains she'd put up in my room, and about how much the dog missed me, and how my grandmother was making cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and was going to bring them over when I came home. I sat there and watched her mouth open and close, wondering how she could talk so fast and still breathe. Then my father started talking too, saying stuff to my mother like, Marjorie, Jeff doesn't care about the curtains, and to me, how'd you like to go skiing next weekend? They were both talking at once. Cat Poop was trying to interrupt them, but they were ignoring him. The only one not talking besides me was Amanda. So I looked at her and said, How would you like to have a gay brother? Then everyone stopped talking and stared at me. Amanda stopped chewing her hair and sat up. That would be okay with me, she said. Why? Because you do, I told her. My mother gave a little gasp. Amanda sat there with her mouth open. My dad said, Sweet Jesus Christ on a biscuit. I swear to God that's what he said. Sweet Jesus Christ on a biscuit. You're gay? Amanda said, really emphasizing the gay part so that it would sound like the longest word anyone had ever said. As in, gay? Yeah, I said, I'm pretty sure I am. My dad said the thing about Jesus on a biscuit again, and my mom said, Eric, like he was 5 years old. Then she shook her head and said, I don't understand. What do you mean you're gay? I thought for a second I was going to have to explain to her what gay meant. Then I realized the thought I was joking or confused, or maybe both. I guess she thought maybe I didn't know what gay meant. I'm gay, I said, not sure how else to say it. You're 15, she said. You can't be gay. Sure he can, Amanda said. She sounded all excited, like this was her big chance to show off something she knew that my mother didn't. My friend Katrina from dance class's brother is gay and he's 15. She looked at me. Hey, maybe I can set you guys up. Evan is really cute. Jeff, my mother said, using the tone she gets when she's about to explain something to you. You're too young to know if you're gay or not. Do you care if I am? I asked her. Of course I care, she said. I mean, I don't care, but I care about you, and if you were gay, then I'd be okay with it. Well, I am, I said, so I hope you're really okay with it and not just saying that. My father still hadn't said anything. He had this look on his face like he was trying to figure out a joke someone had told him, and that he knew should be funny but didn't understand why. Dad, I said, are you all right? What? He said, then he shook his head like he was trying to clear it. So, this gay thing, he said, is that why you, well, you know. He waved his hands in the air like he couldn't think of the words he needed. I shook my head. Not really, I said. It's part of it, but it's not everything. I think we have a lot to talk about, Cat Poop said, saving me. I know you all probably have questions for Jeff, and I know that there are things he wants to tell you. So let's just start at the beginning and go from there. And that's what we did. For about 4 hours, I can't even remember everything we talked about. There was some yelling, a little crying, and finally a big family hug, which was a miracle all on its own. By the time my parents left, I think they were starting to understand that this isn't just some phase I'm going through or something I'm doing to get back at them. They don't get it all yet. Then again, neither do I.